Hey everybody, how are you all doing? I just wanted to come quickly. I was driving and I was just thinking and hearing from God, and I was like, God, what are you doing in this season? Even right now while I'm talking, I was asking God, what are you doing in this season? Because it's nothing like being saved and walking this safe walk, not even knowing what God is doing. If you seek Him like never before, if you seek His face and not His hand, He will reveal it to you. I call it being in the vein of God. And that's something that my bishop taught me about, not just flowing in God, but flowing in the vein of God. It's almost like, in a body, a disease sometimes is curable and healable as long as it doesn't get in the vein. But once it gets in the vein, it literally gets in your entire body and it'll poison your entire body. It's just like medication. If they was to take that same medication and just inject it into your arm, it would be in your body, but it would take longer. But if they inject it into your vein, it's something about the vein that makes it flow quicker. It makes it flow smoother, and it's the same as being in the vein of God. And so I was just asking him, what is it that you are doing in your people's life? And he let me know that in this season, he's extending deliverance to whoever wants it. We all need deliverance. We all need deliverance from something. We all need deliverance from some things. Not just one thing. We all need deliverance from some things. We all need deliverance from some people. And so that's what God said He's doing in this season. And it's not whoever needs it, it's whoever wants it. Because we know that God is a gentleman, and He doesn't force Himself on no one at all. And so whoever needs deliverance, this is the season to get it. This is not the season to sit quiet. This is not the season to sit in a pity party. Last week I almost had a pity party. I almost fell in the pity party. I almost, fell in the pit. And it wasn't me literally sinning and falling. I just, there were some things that the enemy was just had in my mind, and I was entertaining it. And so whenever you want deliverance, you have to know that it's always there. And there are some things that take longer than other. I don't think that everything is, for some things there is a process. I'm reminded of the scriptures say that these things only come out by fasting and praying. There are some strongholds and some demonic forces and some demons that are a little bit more stubborn than others. For example, for me, when I began to ask God for deliverance and I got saved, some of the things that He was pulling out of my life was easy. Drinking for me was easy. Smoking cigarettes for me was easy. But there were some strongholds that took a little bit longer. It took more working. It took more fasting. It took more praying. It took me connecting with somebody that's stronger, letting them know my issues. And I think that's one of the problems that we have as a body of, not just as a body of Christ, but in the entire world, in the body of Christ and in the world, is we are so scared and ashamed to let people know the things that we are dealing with. We are so ashamed to open ourselves up to people and to stand naked and not ashamed and let people know what we're going through. And so what happens is we stay in that process longer than we actually have to, because we are ashamed and afraid to let people know what's going on. Let me give you an example. I went through a season as a leader in my church where I fell. And when I mean I fell, I ended up in a bed that I was not supposed to be. I was in a bed that I slept with a man that was not my husband. And so I went, the first person, I kept it, to myself for quite a long time. But the first person that I went to when I actually opened up was my best friend. Because I knew that she's somebody that I could tell anything to. She's not going to judge me. She's not going to look at me and say, oh, you shouldn't be